Hello guys, we are on the one button power attack page on Nexus Mods. I'm going to leave a link down in the description below so you guys can follow along with me. And with that out of the way, we're now going to get into what this mod is. Basically, it allows you to bind any key that you want to power attack. So instead of having to hold your mouse button down with the attack button to maybe get a power attack, and I've noticed, and I think a lot of people have noticed, that in the Oblivion Remastered, it's kind of tricky to actually succeed at getting a power attack. A lot of times you go for it and it just has your main attack over and over and over. So this mod just changes that to where you can set up any button you want to just be a power attack. With that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and get into the installation of this mod. And first things first, it has a requirement for the UE4SS for Oblivion Remastered. I have a video going into great detail how to get UE4SS installed manually. I'm going to leave a link to that down below in the description so you guys can follow along and knock that out. Please, please, please make sure that you have UE4SS installed already manually. Alright, with that out of the way, we go into files here. We've got just the one file. We have a mod manager download and a manual download. I'm going to go ahead and use the mod manager download for this. So we're going to click that. Just a little reminder for everyone. This mod requires UE4SS for Oblivion Remastered. If you don't have it installed, get it installed now. Link down below. Please, 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 please do this. You're going to need this. This mod is going to be needed for several mods. Please install it. Okay, now that we all have UE4SS installed and have followed my guide for that, we're going to go ahead and hit the download button, do a slow download. We're going to check it out on Vortex. It's going to show up here, one button power attack 1.1.0. If you notice up here, there's other activity Vortex is doing right now. And it says mod installed. Hang on. Wait a minute. Mod installed what? UE4SS? Yes. So it went ahead and, because that mod requires UE4SS and we have it installed manually, Vortex is not registering the manual install that we have, so it just went ahead and pulled the latest version from the Git repo. Now, that sounds fantastic. Okay, it went and grabbed the latest version. The problem is if the Git repo passes an update that changes everything, and a lot of mods that require UE4SS that you already have installed are using the older version, they're going to break. If the latest version has a game-breaking glitch in it, it's going to break your game. So we just don't want it to automatically get whatever the latest version is from the Git repo. Instead, we want to control what version of UE4SS is installed on our system already, which we did with the manual install. But since we have this mod installed with Vortex, it's doing weird Vortex things. So we want to go ahead and disable this and eventually delete it. But I did want to point out, once you disable it, it recompiles and figures out you don't have UE4SS installed, and it went ahead and tries to download the latest version from Git again so that it can enable it. We're going to go ahead and hit cancel, and then you're going to see import failed, failed to download requirements, yada yada yada. So basically the mod that we have, it's thinking is going to break. I don't think it actually will. I think that it's going to run just fine because we have it installed manually, but for the sake of Vortex not having a stroke, I have a solution in mind on how to resolve this issue. You can see here I have this UE4SS for Oblivion Remastered. All we're going to do is we're going to open the UE4SS for Oblivion mod page. I'm going to leave a link down below in the description so you guys can follow along with this. We have already installed this manually, which is what the mod author recommends, but we are also going to download it with the mod manager. So mod manager download, we're going to go to slow download. I already have it installed, so I'm not going to do that, but once you have this installed, it is going to get enabled. And you can see it went through its little process and it is not warning us about UE4SS, yada yada yada. So now it's fine to go ahead and delete this. It's not going to try to reinstall it or anything like that. Now that this is installed as well, this one button power attack is also installed and ready to go, no issues. So that was it for installation. The mod's installed, yada yada yada. But we still should probably configure the one button power attack mod. You can bind it to whatever key that you want. You can set up a couple other things, but for now, we're just going to rebind it. And I'll walk you guys through that right now. You see this remove button here. We don't want to do that. We want to keep the one button power attack installed. Hit the arrow button to the right of it. And we are going to go to open in file manager. This is going to open up the one button power attack folder. This is the mod itself. We go into the mods folder, one button power attack, scripts, and then we have all of these different options here. I'm just going to go into the config.lua and I'm going to open it with Notepad. It doesn't matter what text editor you use to open this, but if you see here, everything in here is what the power attack key is, power attack gamepad options. So you have just the regular key with the keyboard, and then if you're using a controller, this right here. So those are your two options for that. It's got the power attack modifier key. If you want to use an optional modifier key, press power attack like Alt, Shift, or Control. It can be any key. Yep. So if you want it to be any of those that aren't like a number or a letter, you can also put them in here. And then you have a couple of variables you can change. Power attack input time, how long you have to hold the attack button in order to power attack. Set this to false if you don't want it to be able to power attack in the air. So basically this is you can power attack while you are in the air jumping. It's false for the vanilla game, but it is enabled for this mod by default. If you want it to be false again, all you have to do is change true to false. That'll work. Is light attack on false? Set this true if you want to light attack on press rather than release. So basically, as soon as you hit the button, it's going to start power attacking. All you'd have to do is hit true. Basically, you can hold the click button down and it's going to keep going nuts. It'll be a faster attack response as well. It won't wait for you to let go. And then, can you hold the light attack? So basically holding it down and attack indefinitely. That's set to true by default. You can set it to false if you do not like that. So those are the different configuration options. Now, let's say we want to change the power attack key. This is the thumb mouse button. I think that's like button 3 or 4 on some mice. Button 4. There we go. Yep. Okay, so we have all these different options for the controls. If you're using a PlayStation controller, I just real quick want to go over what these actually are. For PlayStation, A button would actually be X button. X button would be square button. B button would be circle button, and Y button would be the triangle button. It's kind of nicely named, so it's the gamepad face button, top, right, bottom, and left. And that's just a descriptor saying that it's like the X button. If you want to use the X button as your power attack, for instance, you would just copy this. You can right-click copy or hit Control-C, and then you would come in here to this and just make sure you completely replace everything in the quotes with the new variable. You can hit Control V to paste, or you can right click and hit paste. Either way, just make sure that everything in the quotes here is the full this thing. You don't need this part right here. If you add that, it's going to cause problems. It's only looking for this first part, no spaces. Yeah, but you can set them to anything on the controller if you want. You can set it to anything on the keyboard. If you see here, these are the mouse buttons. This is the like tilde key, tab, all those. And then every keyboard key is essentially just A, B, C, just capital letter. So if you want to change it to something else, you can do that as well. That is pretty much it for configuration. I'm going to undo that change because I think that's just fine. But we're going to go ahead and save this file now that we've done some configurations. Close out of this. And since I have changed some things and saved it, I'm going to just disable this and then re-enable this just so I guarantee that Vortex picks up all the changes that I made in the configuration. If you follow that, everything is going to be set up. You've successfully configured everything correctly. And I think that's all I've got for you guys. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully you guys were able to follow along. If there's anything that I got wrong or any recommendations you guys have, just let me know in the comments. I will try to read them and make updates if required. With that all out of the way, have fun and happy Mondays. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video all the way through to the end. I really appreciate it, and I hope it was very helpful showcasing this mod and showing how to install it. I'm really hoping that we can get this channel growing so that we can show as many people as possible how easy it is to install some mods and showcase some really good mods that some hardworking people come up with. In order to do that though, I'm really going to need you guys' help. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Share this video with as many people as you can. We'll try to get this channel growing, and hopefully it helps as many people as possible. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time.